it's Teresa, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be filming a part 2 to a video that I probably filmed like a year ago or 2 years ago, I actually don't remember. But it is called Authors That I Will Never Read Again, and I've collected some more of those, so I thought I would do a part 2. I know that I am very bad at only doing like the bad part of this type of video, like I'll only do things I hate and other things I love or something like that. So if you want me to do an author by authors video, let me know in the comments down below and I will do that. I have been planning to do it anyway, so if you want to see it now, let me know, and so that I can also be a little bit more positive than in these types of videos. Obviously I love being positive, but I also feel like, I don't know, there's no point in like hiding the negative, right? If I don't like an author, it's not a personal thing at all, it's just like I just don't gel with them, I don't gel with their writing style, I don't like the books they typically write, like, you know, there's just nothing on them personally or obviously in the people who enjoy their books. It's just like, for me, those people don't work, and here is why, I guess. By the way, in this video, I look very Christmassy, I think, because as you can see, I'm wearing this like green shirt, but my pants are actually, I don't know, you can't see. Look at that, they're red and white stripes, and I feel like it looks so Christmassy. It was an accident, I didn't plan it that way, but anyway, here we are. I just wanted to show you my pajama pants because reasons. Okay, so the first author whose books I've pretty much given up on at this point is, drumroll because it's controversial, V.E. Schwab. I started my like rapport, I guess, with her when I read The Archived and The Unbound, and I love both of these books, but the third one was never published, and that kind of irked me a little. I know it's because, I don't even know why, like particularly because but I feel like it's because they weren't selling enough, so the publishers refused to or something, I don't know. I mean, she did write these books under Victoria Schwab, so it's not necessarily the same, but it's the same person, and I mean like her as a whole. After that, I didn't read anything by her for a while, like several years, but I always had her associated with pretty positive things because I really enjoyed those two books. But then this year I read A Darker Shade of Magic, and I didn't like it, and it is one of the most hyped up books on BookTube, and V.E. Schwab as a consequence is one of the most hyped up authors on BookTube, and I just don't get it. I give the book 2 stars. There was zero world building. I didn't care about anything that was happening. Layla, I think is her name, is the most annoying character in the world, and I just didn't enjoy it, and I wasn't ready to like read the sequels, even though people were telling me they're maybe better. I don't know, I don't care. Like, if the first book is already not my thing, like I don't care to like push through maybe more content I'm not enjoying. So anyway, so I know that I haven't read like the most books by her and I haven't read all her books, but while I might still consider maybe eventually reading Vicious, I feel like it's not gonna happen, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably not gonna read a book by her again, just because like A Darker Shade of Magic was like so hyped up and it just like was not good, and the Archived series will probably never be continued, so I just feel like for me it's over. Like, maybe it was bad luck picking the wrong books, whatever. For me, it's over. I'm not gonna probably read her books again. My next author is it's probably not as controversial, but it's like more recent, and I've only read one book by him, but whatever. It's Thomas Olde Heuvelt. He wrote Hex, which I read for Spookathon back in October, and I really didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the writing style. I didn't enjoy like most things to do with the book, and I think maybe part of the reason I didn't enjoy it is that it was a translation, so you know, I don't want to put all the blame on him. I'm just saying I don't feel like his writing style is for me. And I know some people like really enjoy like funny horror stories. I am somebody, I want my horror to be horror, like, you know, or at least to have like some sort of disclaimer on the book telling me it's gonna be funny or more humoristic rather than scary, because then I go in with the wrong expectation and I'm just disappointed all the way through. So that kind of happened with Hex, and I don't even know if he's written any other books, but I am probably gonna take a step back, and I won't really want to pick up more books by him. The next author is Leigh Bardugo, and I don't know if I've mentioned her in my last video. I don't think I have. Maybe I'm repeating myself, but I hope not. Cross all our collective fingers, otherwise I'm just gonna rant about one author twice, which is awesome. By her, I've read a lot more than by both of the other authors I mentioned. I've read the entire Siege and Storm, the Grisha trilogy is what it's called. I don't know why I would start with Siege and Storm. That's like the middle book. And I also read the six. I have hair everywhere. Oh my god. Ugh. And I also read the. Stay down. And I also read the Six of Crows duology. And let me tell you, I did not enjoy the duology. I did enjoy the Grisha trilogy at the time of reading it, but I hated the ending. The last book was terrible. And also, I just in general feel like her stories are quite unoriginal in like the wider realm of YA fantasies. Like they're very, very formulaic in that sense, and I hate, I've said before, large casts of characters where everybody just has like a name and that's kind of all that defines them, and I'm just not a fan. I don't think I want to ever read anything by her again. I don't know what she's writing and coming out with right now, but I literally have zero interest. And it's mainly just because I feel like I've grown out of it. I don't really enjoy the Grishaverse. I don't really enjoy her writing, and I think it's kind of like lame. So I'm sorry, but that's also done with for me. The next one I'm not as 100% on if I will or won't read a book by her again, but it's Trudi Canavan, and this is one author I've actually read like a lot by. I have read the entire Black Magicians trilogy, the follow-up trilogy, and a standalone, and another first book in one of her trilogies, and I started another first book in one of her trilogies. So I've read like 8.5 books by her, and the thing is, I enjoyed both of the trilogies that were set in the same universe, and I enjoyed the standalone, which was also set in that universe, but I feel like my love for her writing is only like focused on that universe maybe, or maybe it's part nostalgia because I read these books when I was like in my teens somewhere, I don't know. I loved them at the time, really, really loved them, and if you want to read like the Black Magicians Guild, I think it's the first book in this entire series, read it because it's really good. I like her writing style, I liked her magic system, the characters were great, but then anything else I read outside of that realm, I really didn't enjoy that much. I read a book called Priestess of the White, which is one of the first books in a series, in one of her trilogies, and I really didn't enjoy it that much, so I stopped continuing with that. And then I tried reading, like I think last month or 2 months ago, I tried reading The Magician's Thief, and I really couldn't get into it, and I haven't officially DNF'd it yet. I think it's just on my Goodreads chilling out as a currently reading book. And I just like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if all her books are a little bit too samey or like don't have enough character to pull me in, or maybe it's like really just that I enjoyed them as a kid and now I'm not enjoying them anymore. I can't properly tell, but I think this is the end of my journey with her. I really miss it because I really loved her books and I felt very strongly about them, and a friend of mine also read her books and we had like these exchanges about them all the time, and I don't know, it's just a huge part of my childhood and growing up, my teenager years, whatever. But I just don't think I can recapture that magic as an adult reading her newer books. I don't know what it is, I can't pinpoint it. And I still recommend that you read the Black Magicians Guild and check it out for yourself, but I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna read more by her. Next, this is I think also a very beloved author, but for me, I read like one book by him, and some people will say that's not enough to say that you don't like them. For me, it kind of is. I read a book called I Shall Wear Midnight, I think it's called, by Terry Pratchett, and it's one of his Discworld series that has like 1 million books. And I'm not a fan of such long series. I feel like at a certain point they're always gonna get a little samey and like formulaic, and it's just the same story over and over, just like with different things. I can't tell because I just read one book, but that's just like my stereotype I guess I have of these long series. They're like kind of standalones I think among each other. There's like some series that are actually like sequels of each other, and others are just standalones in this huge series. So I think I Shall Wear Midnight was a standalone, but I don't know. Anyway, I read that book like 5 years ago and I didn't like it. I don't know. I know so many people love it or love this series because it's like whimsical and like there's like parody, I think, elements or like satirical elements in it. I'm not actually sure anymore because it's been a minute since I've read it. But I just didn't like the writing style. I didn't like the humor. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the world, the concept of the world. It reminded me of The Never-Ending Story by Michael Ende, which I loved as a kid. Holy shit, that book is so good. But it reminded me of that in like a negative way, like it was sort of copying it a little bit. I have no idea if they're at all connected. Like, neither of those books are very fresh in my mind. I just remember feeling them sort of connected and not enjoying that part at all, and like unfavorably comparing that book to the Never-Ending Story. So I don't know. I just don't think I'm a Terry Pratchett person. And then finally, I also never want to read a book by Marissa Meyer again. I read the first 3 books in the Lunar Chronicles. They are Cress, no, the Cress is the 3rd one, Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. I own Winter, and I'm actually like, I own it, so I might actually read it at some point, or at least try, but probably DNF it, so don't know if that counts. Like a probable DNF. I'm over it. Like, it's, again, every book in that series follows like the same pattern. I don't know why it's necessary to include like a new couple every book, and then they meet up with the other couples and then just like double and triple dating, and I'm just so bored. Also, the Winter book is like 800 something pages. Like, holy shit, what are you doing? That is way too long. So I don't know. It's not looking good for Marissa Meyer on that front, for me at least. I feel like her books are okay if you like a teenager and you're like, I don't know, impressed by everything. But to me, and I was that teenager, don't get me wrong, I was that teenager. But for me right now, like, there's so many better books that I want to get to and that I know are out there, and I have only limited time. So for me to sit down and read an 800-page book by an author I don't care for anymore, and take the time away from reading a book I will actually like, I just don't see it happening. So don't come for me if I put that on like a TBR at some point, because I do want to try and read it. I spent like money on it. Like, I want to try and read it, but I'm including her in this video because I am pretty sure I'm going to DNF it and I'm not going to enjoy it, and then I won't read it. So logic. I just tried so hard to snap my fingers and I was like really concentrating. You can probably see it in my face. Anyway guys, that's it for this video of Authors I Will Never Read Again part 2. Don't forget to check out part 1 if you haven't already, and comment down below if I did an author twice, because that's very possible, because I haven't watched that video again, okay? I was just going off of what I remember, so yay. Quality content right here. Also, let me know in the comments which authors you have fallen out of love with, or just haven't fallen in love with despite everybody else's reactions to them and stuff like that. Like, which authors you just like don't want to read, and like you're kind of like, if a book by them comes out and you're like, I don't care, I'm probably not gonna pick it up. Let me know what that is for you. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, or 2 if you can, and subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Tuesday and Friday, and I will see you very soon with another one. Until then, have a lovely week. Bye!